All right. What is going on, house guest? Welcome to the House of Reactions. I'm Khalil. This is something I think I'm gonna start doing pretty often. What I'm doing right now is a raw quick review, and I'm gonna be doing quick reviews with movie trailers, movie reviews. This is pretty much going to be our new format. I kind of like this seating in this area, so I figured this would be a good time to start that. Got the title with me since this one is pretty much me reviewing Raw since it just happened last night. There's a few things I want to talk about because we're going towards the Royal Rumble. It's the road to WrestleMania. The last few Manias have kind of felt not so great in a sense because it's been it's been very repetitive lately, if you get what I'm saying. Let's just go ahead and get into Raw. The whole Shawn Michaels return thing, I was pretty excited for. He gets with Enzo and Cass and everything. I thought that was okay. It wasn't really something I was too interested in, or it wasn't really anything that I was hoping for, but I thought it was okay. I wish he would have got into something different, but it's kind of hard to find things on Raw that are interesting that you can stick certain people into because it only revolves around four people pretty much, which is Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and Seth Rollins. So it's pretty hard to find other interesting things to fit people into on the show. But yeah, that was okay. His return really didn't do much for me except help him promote his movie. I don't know if I'll watch it. I might one day. But yeah, I thought that was all right. And of course, he had to get the one super kick in. It's not the Shawn Michaels return without a little bit of sweet chin music. It almost, now that I think about it, it might have been better if he had actually showed up on SmackDown. Like, since they have James Ellsworth and everything, I think it would be cool if they had like a little no chin music or sweet chin music type thing. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of James Ellsworth, but I figured I probably would have slightly enjoyed that more than Shawn with Enzo and Cass, even though they're one of the most popular things about Raw. Uh, there's Charlotte versus Bayley and Nia Jax going against Sasha Banks with their rivalries. I really don't know what to say about it. I mean, the Charlotte Sasha thing has gotten so old. I'm at the point where I really don't even want to see them near each other, if that makes sense. Like, the matches have been great, but it's just the way they've been nonstop, the same match over and over, and just switching the title back and forth. It's hard for me to, like, I can't grow accustomed to that. Like, I like something new. I like when they switch it up a little bit. So, like, with Sasha being right there by Bayley's side, unless this is Sasha turning heel, I feel like it's just them just trying to keep Sasha and Charlotte close, just because, like, they're pretty much the two female stars that the show revolves around. Nia Jax, I don't see why she just went after Charlotte in the first place just for the title. That way the scene is newer. Like, we've never seen that, and I wonder how that dynamic would be between the two. Bayley, it seems like her character isn't working as well on the main roster. I don't know, but it's something about that character. It's like, it was great in NXT, but I mean, like, it's something about the character that I can't gravitate to. It's something about it. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's working. I think Charlotte needs, not saying Bayley isn't a legit challenge, but I think Charlotte needs a newer type of challenge like Nia Jax, because it's like two completely different dynamics, and I think it would actually make for some interesting TV segments too. This Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns thing. They've been booking Braun Strowman pretty good, but Roman is, his booking, I don't even know what to say about that. It's like they're almost, I feel like they're trying too hard to push him still. it's like I want to be a fan of Roman as much as I want to support the guy. I mean, he has to look. I mean, but this babyface thing is not working for Roman Reigns. Like, I guarantee you turn him heel, and it. I think he has that. It's something in him, like just the way he looks. He looks like a natural heel. It's like everything about him like screams heel. I think it would work. Like I think it would spark something in him. I mean, like fans already are against you, most of them. So I mean, why not give them a reason to hate you? You know what I'm saying? Um, but this also involves Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho too. With Raw revolving around the same people, it does get kind of stale. So, of course, they make the match. Jericho and Owens take on Reigns for the United States Championship. Uh, Braun Strowman comes out beginning of the night, attacks Roman. The match doesn't happen. So I'm thinking, okay, this is another way of protecting Roman, I guess. But then they say, nope, Roman's still going to have the match. So we're going through with it. So now I'm thinking, oh God. So either way, if he wins, like now it's going to be like it took three guys to put, I mean, like Roman like overcame three guys. But then if he loses, it's like it took Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, and Chris Jericho to get that title off of Roman. Like they're making him, I think they're trying too hard to make him this untouchable superstar that they want, and like it's not working. I wish they would see that. Like it's time to turn him heel. They've had chances upon chances to turn Roman heel. I would have done it, to be honest with you, back at WrestleMania 31, going to face Brock. Like that night, I would have like it would have been hard for Brock to come back maybe, because what I would have done is probably turn Paul against Brock. Brock finding a mouthpiece, I don't know who could be that mouthpiece, but I think if Paul would have turned against Brock and sided with Roman turning heel, I think that would have said something. Like, you got Roman, who people say is okay on the mic and everything, but then you align him with Paul Heyman, one of the greatest people on the mic in history. I mean, and then I know he can pull off the heel stuff, so I mean, it would work out. But yeah, they're trying way too hard to protect him. They need to let that go. It's pretty obvious now that they took that off of him. He's probably becoming Universal Champion at the Royal Rumble. Personally, I really don't want to see that. But, I mean, I'll deal with it, of course. I've heard rumors it's going to be Roman versus Braun Strowman at WrestleMania, and I'm like, I really don't want to see that. I just think that'd probably be a train wreck of a match, because those two, there's not a lot of interest there for me. And I'll just leave it at that until we get further down the road to WrestleMania. But Jericho does become the new U.S. champ, which I believe he should have done last week, or probably way sooner than that. They've had this going on like way too long. They're just using these four to like fill space. But anyway, you got the Undertaker announces he's returning in the Royal Rumble match, which I think is freaking awesome. I was curious about whether they were going to do this, and of course they have. There's been rumors going around that this WrestleMania will be Undertaker's last WrestleMania and last match. I can see it just because this is his, I believe, 25th WrestleMania. Yeah, I think it is his 25th WrestleMania. So, his silver WrestleMania anniversary, I can kind of see him going out. And he definitely needs to go out on top, in my opinion. I just think he deserves that. He'll probably end up facing John anyway. I don't want to see that. But, I mean, who else really are you going to put the Undertaker against? What's any other big name that you can think of that you could really put Undertaker against at this point? I mean, I'd like to see him and Jericho, but it's not going to draw like the Undertaker and John Cena will. But then here's an interesting thing. I don't know how about if you've heard of it, but afterwards, after Raw, we have Jericho and Owens in the ring. Undertaker comes out. and you get Jericho telling the Undertaker, "Nah, you need to leave, man. You don't need to be here. Get out the ring. This is not where you're supposed to be." And Chris is like, "I'll use the fist of Jericho, punch you in the face, man." Like he said that, I lost it. I thought it was great. Jericho's doing some of the best heel work he's done since, I'll say, his what, 2008, 2009 run. I'll say that was I really enjoyed him during that point too. But yeah, Chris Jericho, he's one of the main reasons that Raw's been interesting lately. He's one of the only reasons a lot of people tune in to watch Raw. And it's a shame because he's not going to be around long. I mean, if the rumors are true, he's going off with Fozzy like in a few months. So I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, Raw has to change. I mean, SmackDown is like they're doing great. It's like the main event scene is constantly changing and everything, and I'm enjoying it. Like everything every week feels fresh and there's something new. I like it. Like everybody's bringing it. With this, it's just so repetitive. It's hard to get into. But anyway, it's just a short Raw review. Not really, wasn't really trying to spend too much time on it. Just letting you guys know my opinion and how I feel on certain subjects regarding Raw. I might do a SmackDown one tomorrow. I will try my best to do one later tonight. I don't know on what. But yeah, you guys just let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think The Undertaker will win the Royal Rumble? Do you think it is his last WrestleMania this year? And what's something else I want to know from you guys? Let me see. Do you think Roman Reigns walks out of the Royal Rumble with the Universal Championship? And let me know why. That's about it. So I will see you guys a little bit later.